Science Prime, brought to you by Safaricom.
Krisi ni time ya kusambaza furaha. Hii Christmas, pata deals na offers from Safaricom ili upate furaha ya kupiga stories za mwaka. Ni time ya kushare gifts na watu wako. Kama uko busy, kuna solutions za kuimarisha biashara yako na kupata deals za kutravel popote utakapo. Hii Krisi ni time ya kushare upendo kote nchini. Watch out for Safaricom Santa coming to a town near you with Christmas surprises. Sambaza furaha this Christmas na Safaricom.
Hello and welcome to Science TV Prime News. You are with me, Ben WERANGAI, with my sign language interpreter doing the voicing, Tobias Omondi. On to our first news item. The National Council for Persons with Disabilities, that's the NCPWD, partnered with West Pokot County and other different stakeholders to celebrate the International Day for Persons with Disabilities on Sunday. The theme this year, United in Action to Rescue and Achieve the Sustainable Development Goals for, with, and by persons with disabilities, highlighted the progress towards disability inclusion through the Sustainable Development Goals. Speaking during the commemoration, Labor and Social Protection Minister Florence Bore reaffirmed the government's commitment to end discrimination against persons with disabilities across the country in order to promote equality in the society. West Pokot Governor Simon Kachapin also echoed CS Bore's sentiments, further calling upon the government to scale up its support in empowering persons with disabilities in different sectors.
My ministry, in collaboration with the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics and organizations of and for persons with disabilities, among other stakeholders, also support needs assessment of persons with disabilities and their primary caregivers. The main objective of the assessment is to provide evidence on the met and unmet support needs of diverse persons with disabilities and their family members to inform them of the design of inclusive social protection schemes.
Mimi kama county pelekea kushirikiana na mashirika wote, serikali kuu na wale wote wametusaidia kuona kwamba walemavu wamepata haki vile ingetakikana.
Moving on to other news. Tessie Musalia, the wife of Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, in honor of International Day for Persons with Disability, extended a helping hand to 400 individuals with disabilities at Dagoretti Center, Nairobi, by donating vital food supplies. Joining Mrs. Musalia's food donation, representatives of different stakeholder groups pledged to bolster support for persons with disabilities by providing assistive devices. They implored the government to urgently formulate policies including stricter enforcement and awareness campaigns to avert another tragic surge in road carnage. According to the stakeholders, the move will help to reduce cases of disabilities.
We are also going to be distributing aids for people who are living with disability. Some of the aids that we shall be distributing are wheelchairs, walking aids, the crutches, the white cane for people who have visual impairment, and many others.
So every time there's an issue of a person with disability, the police always blame the persons because they're not able to go fast to report. And I think it's important, before the police can take any action against a person with disability, they must go to their homes and actually record the statements instead of asking the persons to go to them.
In other news, President William Ruto has arrived in India, where he is expected to conduct a 2-day state visit. During the visit, he will engage in bilateral talks, forging healthcare partnerships, particularly on pharmaceuticals production and capacity building and collaboration in education. According to the State House spokesperson Hussein Mohammed, the talks will lead to the signing of several memorandum of understanding that will strengthen the partnership between the two nations. Moving on to other news, a section of Kenya Kwanza allied members of parliament have accused the National Dialogue Committee for giving Kenyans a raw deal by failing to address key issues affecting the country. Legislators David Ochieng from Ugenya, John Makali from Kandui, and John Wakule from Sirisia said that Kenyans had very high hopes on the committee that was jointly led by former Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka and the leader of majority in parliament Kimani Ichung'wa, but were severely disappointed when it left most of the critical issues pending. The three were speaking at St. Catherine Yogo Parish, that's in Ugenya constituency, during a funds drive in aid of the church.
I just want to request all of us in this country that democracy is a very important thing. And that's why I want to also request my colleagues in Kenya Kwanza, don't ask anybody to follow their parties. If you follow our parties, there is no democracy. Mimi ningependa kuuliza Ford Kenya, ANC, chama za UDM na UDA, kila mtu ajenge chama yake. Wala tunataka kula mbele, si ndio? We cannot accept a situation where those who fought for democracy, those who fought for our liberation, now are turning to kill their own children. We can't accept a situation where those who fought for democracy in this country now are telling us that if you don't support their party, we can't speak where they are. It's wrong. Let everybody have their say. Hata mnyonge kuna haki, si ndio? Hata mnyonge kuna mdomo yake. Wacha kila mtu aseme lake, wananchi huko mbele wafanye nini? Waamue. Ndio siasa. IEBC. It's a very difficult thing for a country to stay without a body for election. For now going to be 2 years. You don't have an IEBC. We want to ask those who are concerned. The report comes to Parliament next week. We finish it in Parliament. Let us have haste and form a new commission that can help the country. What happens if something happens to the country now? What will happen to the country if anything bad happens? Where will we go? We want to request the President and especially Raila Amolo Odinga, wakulima haraka sana so that you have a functioning IEBC, so that you are able to deal as a country with by-elections, boundaries review. Tusiende kusongeza mbele sana kwa uchaguzi, so that we then now get mired in politics and you don't see the future coming well.
Lakini ile high cost of living, ndugu zangu, dada zetu, lazima tusemezane ni njia ipi tutatumia kurudisha hiyo high cost of living chini. Hiyo high cost of living haitarudishwa chini katika mikutano ambayo inakaliwa kwa mahoteli. Ile high cost of living haitarudishwa chini kwa maandamano. Ile high cost of living itarudishwa chini tukisemegana, tukisema wewe, what is the alternative option you have? Wewe una njia ipi ambayo itatusaidia kuweza kupunguza hii high cost of living? Tafadhali miswada ile ikikuja kujadiliwa kule katika bunge, tafadhali tukue huko sisi wote tuweze kuchangia vitu ziende zikapitishwa, kama hatuko na tunakuja kudanganya wananchi kuwa high cost of living.
Moving on to other news, Migori County Hope for Girls program has become a beacon of home for girls at the risk of female genital mutilation in Kuria. The centers not only provide a safe haven for girls, but also offer life-changing scholarship to empower these young individuals. Dedicated to eradicating the practice of FGM, the rescue centers aim to protect girls from undergoing the harmful procedure. Anemi Strife, a Belgium journalist and a sponsor of the institution, expressed her enthusiasm at the big steps that the program has taken in order to fight against female genital mutilation.
Years ago, I came here for the first time and I met those two brave people. They had a refugee camp here for girls escaping the FGM. I was working on a documentary here for the Belgian television about FGM, and there were 15 young, smart, vulnerable girls, but they were very brave and they escaped FGM. And now we see that there are so many girls motivated to escape FGM, and we motivate them to go to school. So it's no to FGM and yes to education. And I'm so proud now, 10 years later, I am here again together with Tobias and with Amina, and we are celebrating that so many girls have grown up. They had schooling, they didn't changes everything.
And perseverance of they being uncircumcised up to date. And I can say that from where we started from, they started from primary school, and then now most of them are in university. Some have completed even, but we encourage them to stand firm and go far as this.
Since 2013, we have been rescuing girls from FGM. We began with a population of around 15 girls, and today we are so happy that
kuna ficho huku naletwa ikiisha ndio narudi. Si necessary kupeleka msichana FGM juu hiyo nikaa kumharibia maisha. Waache dem asome, apate achieve kitu anataka goal
out there who think that going through FGM is the only solution of everything, but it is not. When you have your education, when you have the right people beside you, it is going to be something extraordinary. I mean, right now when I walk out there, no one will look at me like this girl is not circumcised. All they see is daktari. I mean, that is amazing.
And that story brings us to our first commercial break. We'll be right back.